Welcome to the Crewcast, the Crew's live podcast about video games and all things Crew. Join us and many of your favorite crew members as we review games, talk about the new Crew series, answer your questions, and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the Crewcast.
Welcome to the Crewcast, episode 19 for the 12th of October 2013. Today we have Danny, Gizmo, Piper, myself, and the Bosman. And let's go straight to the news.
Firstly, on Thursday, we had a news snapshot, and I know I'm excited about it, and I think Gizmo's excited about it too. I don't know about the rest of you, but we've now got stained glass! Yay!
Oh my god! Finally! Yes!
Finally!
Those
So I've seen a
churches.
few videos of this, and it does look quite cool. It looks like you can see through it. It's got lots of different shades. There's the panes, and it's like the cubed glass as well. So very excited about that. As for the rest of the snapshot, the only other thing I've seen, I don't know if anybody else has seen anything else, but the only other thing I've seen is the when you look through water, you can now see glass and the portal. Before you couldn't. So there's like a little bug there, and I think it's created a few more bugs too, but gloss over those. So I don't know if there's anything else in the snapshot, or if that was it.
I think the stained glass was the big thing.
Yes.
So a lot of people will be happy about that. And I was expecting more on the snapshot, but I mean, that's definitely nice to get a bunch of new blocks. But it seems like they're getting a little bit more refined now with what they're putting in these snapshots. I think that's partly because they're probably locking things down in preparation for 7.
Ah, yeah.
I think one of the things that we probably have to do as a channel, kind of something we've talked about doing, is when 1.7 hits and we've got all these features and it's all locked in and everybody's automatically got 1.7 because of the launcher. Once that happens and Bucket is up to date enough that we can do it, I think we should do a build competition and then allow some of those people who built on the last live streams, the 24-hour ones, bring some of those in and have like maybe a 64-person build contest. Crew want to build can, and then we'll let people vote.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Sound cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that one of the themes could be church with all the stained glass. That's like a natural. But I do think, obviously to do something like some of those really fancy stained glass windows you see in churches, you'd have to have a pretty big building to start to kind of get real good detail, since you're working with big squares.
Yeah.
But that's definitely, nice to see more blocks and just allowing people to be more creative. So I think that type of stuff, coupled with all the extra features that we're getting when it comes to like command blocks and redstone related stuff, it's going to be interesting.
I really like when they put out new blocks, especially with like different color things as well, because it adds such a scale to the colors. I want to put a giant rainbow.
Aww.
Taste the rainbow. All right, so next up, Danny has something to talk about.
So the Battlefield 4 beta was released, and it's got a bunch of new things in it and a few new game modes. A thing that I really like about it is that when you die, you can obviously spawn on people in your squad, but you can actually see what the person in your squad is doing at that moment before you spawn in on them. So you can either choose to not spawn in on them or spawn in on them if you know they're in a safe area. I've seen a few gameplay videos of it, and it looks really, really nice. I can't wait to get my hands on it and play it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think people who had Battlefield 3, and wasn't it if you what was it that you had to be in order to get like immediate access?
Um,
Like they have a name for like some battlefield.
Premium. I think it was
Yeah.
Premium Battlefield 3.
So I know a lot of people were buying into that just so they could get into the beta. I mean, it definitely looks good. I mean, graphically, it looks nice. It's kind of fun watching the battles between like Call of Duty and these guys, where they talk about the realism more in Battlefield versus kind of the cheesy factor of Call of Duty. But you have people who are in both camps that love both, and some people love, um, I mean, they love both or they love one or the other, and therefore they hate the other one. We should be seeing Call of Duty Ghosts here eventually.
Yep, next month.
For the dog.
Yep, with the dogs and the female soldiers.
Hey.
Ooh.
I did see some gameplay for Battlefield 4 from the beta, and it does look really good. It looks like, it's more of the same of what Battlefield 3 was, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I thought Battlefield 3 was really solid, and if anything, it's just been polished to be even better, I think, with the new one, because they've removed a lot of the glitches and bugs, because I think this might have been only for PC, but it was renowned for being a little bit buggy on PC. So... but apparently, yeah, they've fixed all that. They've polished the game up. It looks much nicer, and yeah, I think at least from what I've seen, they've done really well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody I've seen that's played it or streamed it or just talked about it seems to really be enjoying what they've seen so far, and seems to be working relatively well for people. I mean, there's going to be glitches. It's beta, but still, it looks pretty exciting. Now, on to another game. Now, this one's actually is released. It's not a beta, but the Beyond Two Souls game for the PS3 is out, and this one stars the acting talents and did a lot of motion capture with them of Ellen Page and William Dafoe. Now, this one um, it's kind of like a adventure, game. It's not like a shooter, but it's in a non-linear type adventure game. But I guess the premise of it is the Ellen Page's character is kind of an 8-year-old, lives on a military base with her foster parents, and she has like strange psychic connection with this mysterious entity, through whom she can perform strange and often frightening telepathic acts, uh, such as possessing people's minds, strangling them to death, manipulating objects, blah blah blah. But it's supposed to be a game that has a very good story, and obviously they've hired people who can act, versus some obviously it's like adventure games and computer games. Sometimes the acting is pretty poor, and it kind of takes away from the game itself. But a lot of people are really saying that this one's interesting. I don't know if you guys have read much about it or looked into it.
No, I haven't, but that sounds awesome.
There was a lot of behind the scenes footage showing like Ellen Page and Defoe wearing these full body motion capture suits with the little, beads on their face and on their clothes so they could act out all these scenes, and then showing the in-game renditions of it, because, they're looking at having better, the voices and the lips sync up better, just the facial expressions are more detailed. I mean, I've heard some people have had a few negative things to say about it. I think a lot of it depends on if you're into this type of genre. I mean, this isn't some run and gun thing, and it's not a traditional point and click adventure either. But it looks interesting, and it's interesting because the guy behind it really wanted to try to bring that movie experience to a game, and it's been done a lot, or attempted to be done a lot. But we'll have to see from people when they start playing it. This may be one I may pick up and play, and possibly on a future crewcast talk about it. All right, so now we're going to move on to crew news. Now, the first crew news is, if you're watching this podcast as it went live at 3 p.m. Saturday, October 12th, you need to pause. Come back and watch this, but pause it, because right now we are live streaming. And we're going to be doing another one of our monthly 6 to 8 hour mega marathon live streams. These are the things that we're doing now to kind of replace these 24-hour live streams. Probably once a year we'll do a 24-hour live stream for some charity type situation. But besides that, we're going to do these things where we focus on a genre of games, or a specific game maybe. But what we're going to do this Saturday, which is today, If you're watching this video after October 12th, it's already over. We did have a video go up on Thursday, the 10th, mentioning what we were doing to try to give people notice. But we're going to be playing Minecraft games. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Stop the Boom, and we're going to live stream it, and we're going to try to get a few of you guys who show up and come into Mumble a chance maybe to play. We're only going to have a few people who can do that, because that game just doesn't dictate having a large number of players. But we'll try to bring a few in for that. But then what we're going to do after Stop the Boom, we're going to do another kind of impromptu, in this case it'll be a little bit more official, dome type tournament. Our Extra's been building an arena for it, and we're going to let people sign up right before it starts. And then when you come into the Minecraft server, we'll have a tournament bracket already laid out. We'll have a link to it that you can click on it and look at it on the web, and it'll be updated as the fights go. And we'll continue to work down from 64 players or so. That'll probably be the max we'll do. And then it'll weed it down to, the final battles for first place and third place. And then after that, we're going to try to do maybe some other games, and we're going to live stream all of it. Stuff like Game of Craft, and we'll try to bring a few people in that are watching who want to come play that with us. Pyramid, and maybe some other stuff. A lot of it will depend on how long it takes to do the fighting tournament. If it takes a long time, we may not be able to do as many things after. But I'm thinking we're going to be able to probably do some Pyramid, do some Game of Craft, maybe charades, but we'll see how it goes. But it should be a lot of fun because we're going to try to get people involved big time in the fighting tournament, but then also bring some people in. You'll need to have a decent mic for some of these games. Doesn't matter for the tournament for fighting, but if you're going to come play, say, charades or Stop the Boom, we prefer to have people who can talk. But we're going to live stream it all and try to record it. So even if you can't watch the live stream that Saturday, we're going to put some stuff up on the YouTube channel so that people can see what all they might have missed. So I don't know what you guys think about this Saturday.
I can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Diamond Pyramid. Diamond Pyramid.
I'm gonna win.
Everything or?
The tournament. I did really well, like 2 years ago on the last one.
Yeah, 2 years ago. You're out of practice.
Don't put yourself down at everything.
Yeah, you got to be positive. I'm going to
I
do
want
really
revenge.
well, and I'm going to be Danny again.
Mm.
You heard it here first.
Danny, fist pump.
So, we're really looking forward to this live stream. We're going to try to mix up the themes as we go. They're not always going to be like Minecraft. They're not going to be like DayZ constantly and stuff like that. So November we'll be doing one also, obviously December and all that, but no word yet on what those are going to be. So, but we thought Minecraft because most of our fans enjoy Minecraft. So we thought this would be something to allow a lot of you to do stuff. We will be using 1.6.4 for the event. So make sure if you haven't already updated with the new launcher to 1.64 that you have it in your list of things to be able to use.
I think next month should be Forsaken World.
No! Boo! Gizmo, boo!
All right, and along on that subject now, 1.6.4, let's move on to our next topic in the news, and that is that we've upgraded the servers to 1.6.4. Now, we've kind of been hesitant waiting because some of the plugins weren't up to date. It looks like most of them are stable now. If you are on Hard Life, if you're on Infestation, the Supernatural server, if you're on the Build Museum World, the Crewville, where it's got the game world and all that, if you see any problems, let us know. But hopefully it's up to date and working good, and we're going to, like I said, use 1.6.4 going forward until 1.7 comes out. And next up, we have Piper and Danny have something that they want to correct from podcast, I think, was it 17?
Yes. We have a little apology because we were talking about TV licenses in the UK, and we really got it wrong. Like, really, really got it wrong. So, yeah, we just want to apologize because we got quite a few comments about it.
I hold my hands up. I was wrong.
So just to clarify here, I believe what is wrong was Piper had mentioned that even if you just have a TV, you have to pay the license. Uh, and Gizmo was going through like his situation where he doesn't, and it sounded like Gizmo was breaking this TV license law. But that's not the case. As long as you're not using the TV or even your computer to watch live broadcasts of like the BBC using iPlayer or just watching BBC, and I'm assuming there's some other channels, but I'm not 100% sure on that since obviously I'm not from the UK. But if you're watching live broadcasts, you have to pay the license. And even if you don't have a TV, if you just use your computer to watch live broadcasts, you have to pay the license.
Yeah.
So, and then I think Danny mentioned something about having to pay the
Radio.
license even if you have a radio, which it hasn't been the case in a long
Like
time.
20
Yeah,
years or
it was
something,
abolished like 20 years ago, so I was completely way off with that one.
So we apologize for that. I know I got some messages from people screaming at me that we were wrong. So yes, we were.
Sorry.
We are not lawyers and we are not experts on law in any fashion.
And apparently not on the BBC TV shows either.
My
Well,
bad.
But now let's move on to our main segment. And what we're going to do here is something a little different. We're going to kind of talk about the channel itself and kind of some of the stuff we're planning on doing. We've kind of slowed down a little bit here with summer. We've all been busy, everything else, and it's been tough to do everything we want to do. And I think that's been one of our biggest problems is we always have so many things we want to do that we get, scope creep
Yeah.
where we just are trying to do too much. But what we're going to be doing, I mean, we're still planning on trying to get a video out a day and everything, but we're going to be trying to do more Minecraft mini games. We're going to try to do some maps again, that when we did quests and things. We're going to continue with, like we said, Mole starting next year. We're going to be casting it here this year and then start filming it, beginning of next year. Darkness Falls 2, things like that are still going to be happening. We're going to continue to do live streams every month, different themes. Some of that stuff may appear on the channel. And we're going to do other games. But we're definitely going to have a high focus on Minecraft like we always have. But we're still going to try to play some stuff. We do like DayZ. Hopefully when the standalone comes out, that'll get better. I mean, it's kind of getting stagnant right now, so we haven't been playing it as much. We may do some other games like 7 Days to Die, Terraria, the new update, things like that. But we're going to kind of get back to a lot of the stuff we did in the beginning because we know that's what a lot of people liked. And then when it comes to stuff that kind of falls outside of that, we're still going to do some other stuff. But we may start pushing stuff to the other channels or the other channel. And you may also see some of the crew potentially putting some stuff up on their own channels. We're not 100% sure exactly how it's all going to play out. But that's kind of the goal going forward. I mean, Minecraft mini games, mini maps, quests, Darkness Falls, The Mole, Terraria, maybe a little DayZ, or maybe something like Escape from Chernarus and Arma. But I mean, the focus being on the Minecraft and some of the other stuff that catches our fancy. But we're definitely interested in, Terraria, the new update. We're definitely interested in Starbound when it hits.
yep.
Oh, definitely.
But anything else you guys want to add on this subject of kind of like the, getting refocused and the new direction kind of being the old direction and not one direction?
Ugh,
God,
not
no.
One Direction. No, I'm really excited about the channel, and I mean, the mole, you can't beat it, and I really look forward to all the Minecraft stuff because that's where my heart is for Minecraft. But no, I do enjoy other stuff as well. But yeah, getting back to basics is good.
Yeah, it feels good to be going back to the stuff we used to be doing. Diamond Pyramid!
And that's kind of one of the reasons this live stream coming up here, which obviously when you're watching this, it's now. For us, it's a few days from now. Is getting back and doing a lot of stuff in Minecraft and getting back to stuff. I know a lot of people have said they want to see Stop the Boom. Some people have wanted to block that copy and things like that. So we're going to try to mix it up and do some of the stuff from the past. But Stop the Boom, I think will be fun to do. I've got a few little tweaks I've done to it for that when we do the live stream, and bringing in a few fans to play will kind of make it interesting too.
Yeah.
It's almost weird that we're bringing in older stuff to make it more refreshing. Like I love like our older stuff, and it's good to see that like we'll be doing our older stuff again because like the amount of support that we got on those like older videos is insane, and like you guys who are watching this, the amount of support that you guys give us in the comment section, like positive feedback on those like series, the ones that like say Giz made or stuff like that, we got really good feedback for that.
Yeah, and we definitely want you guys to give us some feedback too. I mean, post here in the comments for the video if there's things that are newer things that we did that you absolutely loved, or things that were from the past that you want us to do. One of the things that I know people ask us to do that a lot of other channels do, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, is they want us to do a lot of those mini games that are on private servers. You know, mini games that you can't do on your own server. You have to go to a specific one. And guys like Sky do that a lot. Sometimes they can maybe get special servers set up for them because of how large of a channel they are. We don't have that luxury. One of the reasons we haven't done that is because we can't really control who the other people are that we play with. Most people will play fine, but there's always the person who wants to, type vulgarities or just be a griefer or just try to ruin things. And it makes it a little bit more work to edit if you have to kind of take out stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons we haven't done it. But if you know of any games that are in that genre where you have to go to private servers to do it, and you really want us to do it, let us know. I mean, we'll look into it. It's just we can control a lot when we run our own servers, so we know who we're playing with and everything like that. And even when we do live streams, it can get a little out of hand every once in a while because there's always somebody that wants to come in and be a jerk.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to the coming months and, of course, next year because we're getting close to the end of the year already. And getting back to some of the old stuff and then just continuing on with that and some of the other stuff like Terraria and Starbound and 7 Days to Die. And then, of course, we've got other cool things planned also that we don't want to talk about. But should be a lot of fun. And like I said, we're trying to get refocused. And we're trying to do some stuff, too, that like these live streams that give some fans a chance to come play with us. Because I know a lot of people want to come play. We can't add people to the crew. Just that we get asked that so much. We'd have 1,000 people in the crew every month wanting to join. But this gives us a chance to maybe let some of you guys come in and play with us. So make sure you got those Mumbles set up. Remember, Mumble is free. You can download it for free. I'll put a link in the description of this video for the Mumble download. It's free. You can come on to our Mumble server. And even if you're not able to play, you can come on the Mumble server and listen to us. And like when we do Pyramid, you can hear it, or you can just watch the live stream. But it gives you a way to get a little more interaction with us. So we're looking forward to it. And hopefully you guys who are watching this live have already paused it and are heading over to the live stream. All right, let's talk deals of the week. Now, the first one we have is on Steam. They're celebrating Capcom's 30th anniversary, and they've got a whole bunch of titles that are on sale, and the discounts can be as high as 75% in some cases. Street Fighter, I think, is one of the games. A lot of the Resident Evil. I don't know if any of you guys have this
Resident
up.
Evil 6.
Why is that funny? Am I missing something?
I'll explain later.
Lost Planet,
Number 2.
Capcom Action Hits Bundle. I'm guessing that's like fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Planet 3, Devil May Cry, Remember Me, a bunch of games.
I mean, there's a ton of stuff in there, and there's a couple that are bundles that get you a whole bunch. But I mean, Devil May Cry, very popular. I mean, a ton of stuff in there. I mean, so they've been around for 30 years, so they're still afloat. So that's some pretty good deals. And obviously, check the ratings on the games and check with your parents if you're trying to get something that's mature. But also a very good series that I'm a big fan of. Gamersgate right now has Borderlands and Borderlands 2 on sale up to 75% off. So you can get like the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands. You can get Borderlands 2. You can buy 4-packs and stuff if you want to play it with your buddies. But some really good discounts on Borderlands and Borderlands 2, which I don't know how many of you guys have played it, but it's a great series.
Yeah.
Some game.
I've played some Borderlands 1. It's really good.
Yep. I've played them both, and they're both really good. Especially Borderlands 1. Like that was definitely a memorable game. I really enjoyed that.
So definitely check the links out in the description for both of these deal sets. I mean, there's more than just one game. Humble Bundle does not have a deal right now. They're kind of the previous bundles already ended, so no Humble Bundles. And I didn't think the weekly one was that great of a deal this month. So I went with the Borderlands, which I think is a much better series. All right,
Yeah.
so let's move on now to the last segment, and that's your guys' questions. And as always, if you have questions for us, the description of this video has a link to where you can send us questions. You can type them, or you can use that form and send us a link to your video question or your audio question. If it's a video question, put it on your YouTube channel, make it unlisted. Don't make it private, make it unlisted, and then send a link to us in the form. Or if you want to upload your audio question as a WAV file, say, or an MP3 to like SoundCloud, or put it on your Dropbox folder, put a link to that in the form. We definitely love when we get video questions and audio questions. And we haven't got a lot of those lately. And try to come up with some interesting questions, be it if you think it's a funny question, a thought-provoking question, whatever. Don't do the "Can I join the crew?" or "Why haven't you played hide and seek?"
Yeah, play cops and
Robbers.
robbers.
So the first question comes from Karis34, and it says, "Me and my sibling would love to play the mole, but we don't have Mumble. Do we have to have Mumble? It wasn't clear to me on the sign-up." I'll have to check because I thought I was pretty clear about needing Mumble. But yes, you do need Mumble, and as I mentioned just a little earlier, Mumble is free, and there's a link in the description of this video for Mumble. So the reason you have to have Mumble is, while a lot of people love Skype, and it's good, Skype doesn't lead itself well to like when people get dropped from a channel. If you've got somebody hosting a channel and they get dropped, you have to like re-invite them and everything else, and it can just cause a lot of issues. Whereas with Mumble, we can have everybody in a channel. If for some reason their connection goes down, which does happen, they come right back in on their own. We can also have separate rooms. So like on Mole, we may have to split the players up into their own private rooms so I can interview them and ask them who they think is the mole. So we have to use Mumble. We could use TeamSpeak, something like that too. But for this, you have to have Mumble. So it's free. Just download it, install it, and as long as you got a microphone, then you can apply for Mole. All right. Next question comes from Creeper. And Creeper asks, when winter comes, will the crew make more videos because it's cold outside or less? Well, we kind of addressed that.
I'm sorry, but winter is coming.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I don't know if the season really affects us. I mean, obviously over the summer, like I had holiday. I think Bubbles, you went away for a weekend. We do things, and obviously the younger crew, like Lizzie, are out and having fun and stuff. But yeah, I think, you know, coming to winter again, I mean, I like staying indoors more and being warm rather than going out and being cold. So I'll be around more, hopefully.
I mean, I think the best answer to give along with what Piper said is we're probably not going to be doing like more stuff. I mean, because we usually try to put out a video a day. Sometimes there might be two on certain days, but generally you're going to get 8, 9 videos a week from us. That'll probably still continue, but what we're hoping is that we're more focused on getting back to some of the Minecraft stuff we've done in those 8 or 9 videos, sprinkled in with stuff like Terraria and the other stuff we talked about, be it Starbound, be it 7 Days to Die, and other special things like Darkness Falls, and of course starting the year next year, Mole will start to air. So I think we're going to be putting out that roughly 8 or 9 videos. We may sprinkle some other stuff on our other channel, and if you haven't checked it out, you should go there. And then also, like I said, we may see some of the crew wanting to do things that are more unique, that if they don't want to put it on the other channel, they think it fits better on their personal channels. We'll put them there, and then we'll mention them. And we have all the crew's YouTube channels are linked on our main page. If you go to youtube.com/thehillsoftware, you'll see all of the crew's YouTube channels that you can subscribe to and follow. Some of the crew don't do videos, some do. Some may start doing videos. It's hard to say. But you'll see that kind of evolve. All right, the last question comes from, I'm assuming this is Raphael R. Or it's a pirate, Raphael R. And the question is, would Mrs. Belboz be able to come online on one of your servers and play with you by any chance? Now, I'm assuming Raphael the pirate is asking like Minecraft related. And I don't know if Mrs. Boz is ever really going to get into Minecraft. She's played a little bit of the Xbox version and she hated it because of the controls. And the controls are kind of a pain. She's played around a little bit on the PC, but that one doesn't really seem to interest her. She does like the idea of DayZ. She has done Killing Floor, and she has played a little bit of Arma, trying Wasteland with Lizzie and me, just kind of doing a little practice. So she kind of likes that. She's just not a heavy gamer. But I think in the end of this year here in November, you're going to see a lot of the crew. And you'll see Mrs. Belboz when we do some Minecon footage. I mean, you're going to see some of the crew in person. You're going to see Mrs. Boz. You'll get to see Lizzie and such. So she'll make some appearances on the channel. And who knows? I think in 2013 or 14, there's a good chance that she might do something. She's made some appearances during the live streams to say hi to everybody. And I think she came on during the charity live stream, thanking everybody for all the donations that were going to go to Child's Play. So. But she may make an appearance or two.
It'd be nice to see her, like play with her.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody's going to get a chance to see her come Minecon, and we'll see who the crew is. I'm not sure if we're going to announce what crew are going before, or if we're going to save it as a surprise.
Let's save it as a surprise.
What in the world is Danny doing over there?
Listen.
And with that though, this wraps up this episode. Oh, here they go. The Russian gymnast team. All right, with the Russian gymnast team here competing, this wraps up episode 19 of the Crewcast. If you guys want to say goodbye as you do flips and cartwheels.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the Crewcast. We hope you tune in again next time. Compass.